that is the red hot Los Angeles Chargers. Red hot Los Angeles Chargers, guys. Chargers, because through the first 2 weeks of the season, they have looked flat out great. Let's just be honest. This is Jim Harbaugh, second year at the helm, and you can already tell, you can already see the toughness, the grit, and the confidence oozing from this football team. Guys, this team is red freaking hot. Now, the Chargers, they did go on the road last night to Las Vegas, and they handled business against the Las Vegas Raiders. The game started out with a bang. First play from scrimmage, Geno Smith goes deep, and what happens? Interception, baby. The momentum immediately shifts to LA's favor. That's exactly what this defense has been about so far this season. Optimistic, aggressive, and ready to capitalize on mistakes. And now, what about Justin Herbert? Mr. Patrick Mahomes 2.0. Mr. Top 10 quarterback himself. Guys, this man is controlling the game right now. He lost a 60-yard bomb to Quentin Johnson in the second quarter that completely flipped the momentum once again. That connection is going to be deadly this season. Quentin Johnson learned how to catch the damn ball. You can see the feeling, the life getting sucked out of Allegiant Stadium when that ball hit Johnson in stride. Guys, this is the real story. The Chargers defense. That is the true story of the LA Chargers those first 2 weeks of the season. Geno Smith has been known as one of the best deep ball throwers since he became a starter in 2022. But against the Chargers, he went 0 for 11 on passes for 10-plus yards. That's the second worst deep ball performance since ESPN started tracking that every game back in 2006. Think about it. 20 years of data, and the Chargers forced him to one of the worst games ever trying to push the ball down the field. Many say Geno Smith is not him. But hey, slow it down, baby. Darwin James. This man had a game. He set the tone. Deontay Johnson come up with a huge pick. Tony Jefferson sealed it late. Guys, every time Geno Smith tried to force something, the Chargers were right there taking it away. Guys, Jim Harbaugh has changed everything in LA. From what I'm seeing from the Chargers, this team is disciplined. They're not beating themselves like they did in years past with Brandon Staley at the helm. And in years past, you always felt like LA had the talent, but always found ways to lose. Not this year. Harbaugh has them finishing drives, playing smart, situational football, and absolutely swarming on defense. Even when the Raiders' defense held strong in the second half, only allowing 3 points, it didn't matter, baby, because the Chargers' defense already slammed the door shut on the Raiders. That's what great teams do. They find ways to win even when the offense isn't firing on all cylinders. Guys, 2 weeks into this NFL season, the Chargers look like one of the most balanced teams in football. Justin Herbert's making big throws. Johnson is emerging as a star, and the defense is proving that they can shut down some of the league's most aggressive pass rushers. Because flashback to Wednesday, Thursday last week. Geno Smith, Chip Kelly connection. Guys, we were high on it. I told you cold hard facts, so that was actually Wednesday. Cold hard facts. That this is the best connection they've had in a very, very long time, and the Chargers shut it down. If you are an LA Chargers fan, you have got to be excited. This looks like a team ready to challenge for the AFC crown right now, if not more. So, guys, here's the question for you guys down in the comments below. Are the Chargers officially the team to beat in the AFC West right now? Or is the Kansas City Chiefs division still until somebody takes it away from them? Those are the questions that I want to ask you guys down in the comments down below. Me personally, I think this is the Chargers division to lose. They are 2.5 games up in that division after 2 weeks of football. How is that possible, Buck? Because when you beat a team head-to-head, that gives you a game and a half. So actually, if you want to get technical, they're like 3 games ahead. But whatever, no, they're 2.5. They're 2.5. Don't get crazy, Buck. They're 2.5 games. So the Kansas City Chiefs have to win 3 more games than the LA Chargers this season to get that first overall seed. Guys, this is the Chargers division to win. Or to lose, actually, right? The Raiders, the Broncos, the Chiefs, they got a long ways to catch up, baby. A long way to catch up. Alpha Rob says, Allen Cook and Bosa get McDaniels fired Thursday. We'll talk about that game tomorrow. Keep on talking tomorrow, and we'll be back. Keep talking. We'll be back tomorrow. Jesus. Ay. RPG Projection says Patrick Mahomes 2.0. Herbert's way better than Patrick Mahomes. Now, RPG Productions, first of all, welcome back, man. Isn't it past your bedtime? No, but seriously, I hated when Justin Herbert came into the league and everybody's like, this is Patrick Mahomes 2.0. This is the better version of Patrick Mahomes, yada, yada, yada. And Justin Herbert has never lived up to those expectations. Because in our heads, when we speak on Patrick Mahomes, when people talk about Patrick Mahomes, we think 2018 Patrick Mahomes. We think 5,000 yards, Patrick Mahomes. We think 30-plus touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes. We think 300, 400-yard passing, Patrick Mahomes. That's not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is that game-managing quarterback and then comes out and strikes you down in the fourth quarter. That's Patrick Mahomes. Justin Herbert will never live up to Patrick Mahomes. Justin Herbert is very, very good. Don't get it twisted. He is very, very good. However, sometimes you got to build your own legacy. Let's stop comparing Mahomes to anybody. Let's stop comparing Justin Herbert to anybody, right? Justin Herbert right now is arguably a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He is playing lights out. However, Patrick Mahomes is still him. Patrick Mahomes is still him. And Old Man River says, oh, hell no. He does not think that the Chargers are top dogs in the AFC West. Old Man River says the Chargers are Fugazi. The word from last season, right? Get you guys at Fugazi shirts over at manhourradio.com. He says they Fugazi, baby. Whoa. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down, baby. Why do you think they're not them, Old Man River? When you look at the LA Chargers, 2-0 in the division after 2 weeks, beating 2 divisional rivals, the Raiders pretty handily, beating the Kansas City Chiefs pretty handily. How are they not them? How are they not the best team in the AFC West right now? How is this not their division to lose? Me as a Chiefs fan, look, right here's my championships hats. You guys see the flags? You see the flags flying? How are the Chargers not them? DMV said Chargers division for now. The Chiefs are not the same anymore. What do you mean by that, DMV? Because me personally, I think the Chiefs are a dominant defensive team with a game-managing offense. That is what they've been for the last 3-4 years. Ever since Tyreek Hill left the Kansas City Chiefs back in 2019, 2020, whatever it was, that is who they are. A dominant defense with a game-managing offense. That's still who they are. Don't get it twisted. The Kansas City Chiefs are still a very, very good football team. The Kansas City Chiefs will be there in January, in December. The Kansas City Chiefs will find it later in the season. I still think they'll start 2-4 to start the season. But how are they not the same? Denver too, maybe. Denver is not a competitor in the AFC West. The Denver Broncos are priding themselves on being a dominant defense, and they struggled against the Tennessee Titans. The Denver Broncos are priding themselves on a dominant defense, and they got dominated by the Indianapolis Colts. Let's just be honest. Whether you want to call it a leverage penalty or not, they still got beat by the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, Daniel Jones is playing out of his mind. I get it. But also go back and watch the tape. Stats are lying to you. Daniel Jones is playing great. Daniel Jones is fitting the system perfectly, but he's not a top 10, 15 quarterback right now. Below middle of the pack. Stats will fool you. Denver Broncos are not them. Denver Broncos are not good. Alfred says, I don't know. KC is in trouble. The Giants are a tougher opponent for them because Kansas City can't score anymore. This is 100% a trap game. Well, we will be talking more about the Chiefs Giants game on Saturday when we do our NFL preview show. But I am telling you, yes, Alpha Rob, you are correct. Still have the Kansas City Chiefs probably winning this game. We're going to break it down on Saturday. We'll give you my game picks. But we'll talk about that. Mahomes looks slow. Mahomes has never looked fast by any stretch of the imagination. But yes, he does look just a tick overweight, right? Just a tick overweight. Just a little bit. Old Man River says a blind duck finds water every once in a while. And wow, plus Harbaugh is a blank. Old Man River. Old Man River. Old Man River. Old Man River. You cannot call Harbaugh. That's just rude. Because if I want to call him that, then that means you're a. No. Stop sleeping on the Chargers. Stop sleeping on the LA Chargers. They got the confidence building. If they can stay healthy, Keenan Allen can keep doing his thing. Quentin Johnson still doesn't lose his hands. Justin Herbert stays upright. Whoever their running back by committee is, as long as Mac is not out for the rest of the season. Did he break his elbow or something? Like, what happened? That thing was gross. The Chargers are going to be a 12-win team. The Chargers are going to be in the lead in the AFC West until week 17 or week 18. That's just the way it is. They are that good. RPG Production says, Herbert hasn't lived up to expectations. Herbert's stats in 2025, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns, 127.8 QBR ranking. Mahomes, 445 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 82 ranking. You have to look beyond the stats. You have to look beyond this season. If you are just looking at the 2 weeks of the NFL season, you are telling me that arguably Josh Allen is going to win another MVP. Lamar Jackson just isn't him. Joe Burrow sucks. Tua sucks, right? Like you have to look beyond the stats, right? Justin Herbert hasn't lived up to expectations because what did they do in the playoffs? Isn't he 1-2 or 1-3 in the playoffs? Every time the Chargers get the spotlight shined on them, they start to crumble. Now, hopefully this year is different. Hopefully this year for Chargers fans, they can turn it on. But let's just be honest. Herbert has not lived up to expectations. Alpha Rob says, Kansas City's losing their mystique week by week. They are. They're also down a lot of weapons. We're going to deep dive the Kansas City Chiefs on Saturday, so keep that energy, baby. Keep that energy because I got receipts. Old Member says, well, if your aunt had nuts, she would be your uncle. Well, not technically. We do live in 2025, so. Nobody is sleeping on the Chargers. Everybody is snoozing on them Patriots, though. We'll talk about the Patriots next week, or Saturday as well, but nobody's snoozing on the Patriots. Come on, man. You about lost to the Miami Dolphins. And speaking of losing,